And we're just going to have to see whether it's going to work out, whether Nice is going to have a nice build. On the left.
I like
it's
it.
Nice.
How many times can you say nice in a sentence? Ladies and gentlemen, the top right is your blue Protoss, the young Frenchman. His name is CLEM. You know, my dream job has always been just being that one guy who says the names really in a really cool way when they introduce the players in tournaments, instead of having the casters do it, you know.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's a nice job to have.
The GSL voiceover guy.
You just come into the recording booth and all right, here's a bunch of names. You just go there and you're just like, all right, nice, CLEM, and it's just like you do that for like an hour straight, and then you're done. You're like, all right, cool, thank you.
I don't know. I think I'd rather be the caster that actually gets to, you know, sits there on stage and talks about things. But you know what? You do you, Fireboy. FireBird. You do you.
FireBird.
SC boy, FireBird. You know, we can do the portmanteau.
Yeah. The real question here, though, is: does Nice have a special build prepared? Does he have something that's a little bit sneaky that he said, you know what? I have this. I think I can beat Clem with it. Let me give it a shot. And the rest of the team was like, all right, you know, because of course you have Joun, who obviously, you know, tied 1-1 with the Clem, so you would have that as an option. But they bring out Nice here, so let's see what it is. Already with the proxy pylon, has the double gas as well, which is very, very interesting. So this might be a bit cheesy right off the bat. And I do think that Nice, you know what? He's bringing back the spirit of Taiwan. He's summoning the spirit of Haas here as that second pylon out on the map. It's going to line up nicely with the Cybercore finishing with the double gas. And it's just a question of, all right, is this a gateway or is this a Robo Bay?
Yeah, there we go. It's going to be a Stargate here. Proxy Void Rays will be the name of the game here. A build that I haven't seen all that often, all that recently, to be totally honest. It was absolutely killing every single turn on the ladder and in tournaments for probably almost a solid month after the Void Ray change. In fact, you know, pretty much the day after the Void Ray change, I did a Parting Innovation Best of 9, Parting 1-5-2 off of 4 Proxy Void Ray all-ins. And it went from there, right? It's a very strong build. Now we're going to have to see whether Clem is prepared. More importantly, whether he can scout it. Because really the big way to deal with this, the best way to deal with it, is if you get your Reaper or something like that out onto the map and you're able to knock down the probe before the Void Rays start coming out, before you get the shield batteries that are start getting on out here. But Nice is being rather conservative with the probe. He's making it so he's not really he's not actually starting anything just yet. Now the probe's going to move on in, it looks like, but again, very conservative. Going to make sure that he does not lose that probe before he can get those shield batteries on down. But look at this. Clem's got a bunker prepared on the high ground. And that is very cool. He's also going to just give up the low ground here. But he keeps his base alive. And these are already two of the things that sometimes we see happen where the natural just gets delayed. And then you see a Terran player, they go and they overcommit in keeping the natural, and then they lose all their Marines, and they lose all their anti-air. Clem is looking real tasty, real spicy right now. As he tries to hold this, he's looking like he's in a rather good position. Now, but you have to remember, with the wall going down, of course, that doesn't mean the adepts can be rather annoying. That means they can shade on into the mineral line. That's going to make Clem 2 positions to a defendant instead of 1. But for the moment here, actually, no, Clem's just going to move on. Honestly, Clem almost has enough to go try to shut that down. But no, not with the adepts showing on in trying to warp stuff up. But with only one Void Ray and 2 adepts for the moment, it was looking like he had enough.
You know, I love Nice, and I love sometimes the things that he brings to these matches, because he's going actually even more greedy than just the Void Ray proxy. He says, you know what, I understand you're probably going to have enough. You know, you played this very defensively. You got up, you know, you got into a position where obviously you're going to be fairly confident in holding this. So what's the next follow-up? All right, I'm going to do a Fleet Beacon and go into Proxy Tempest, and that's going to be how I'm going to kill you. I absolutely love this.
Absolutely. Of course, shout out to the old tournament series that was Proxy Tempest. Never thought it would actually show up in an actual game as a build, but, you know, Party, of course, showed this in the GSL, I think. And it was pretty good. But, oh, that is unfortunate there. Nice pulling out a gas, but he really needs all the gas he can build. So his gas mining is not nearly as nice as it should be. Not exactly sure what triggered that. But anyway, we're going to have to see how well these tempests are going to work on out here. But of course, we do have mag field accelerators coming on up. Eventually, that's when the Void Rays will be truly useless. But, I mean, Tempest, they got a long range. You get the Tempest upgrade so they can start knocking down structures really quickly. But of course, I just can't afford that. because he does not have 3 in gas on both gas patches.
Oh, what? Nice. Nice. What do you... Stop it. Stop it. That's... What is this? He's putting a Nexus in Clem's natural base, saying, you know what, I think this is going to go long enough that I can start mining from this. Now, mind you, behind the scenes, still waiting for the gas to get up that Tempest, and he's probably wondering why he doesn't have enough, that he should just now have, get the gas to be able to produce another one, but this is very, very interesting. And I actually think we saw Classic was, I think, the first player to pull this out in a GSL versus Maru, is when I think I first saw this build in a professional setting, but it looks like, yeah, Nice is only going for the one Tempest. He's getting the Nexus up so that he can shield battery overcharge. This is crazy, and he still only has 4 probes on gas.
Oh, he's got +1 air. He's got +1 air attack on the way as well. We weren't kidding when we said that, man, Nice is gonna have a sniper build here, but yeah, you're right. This is gonna be really cool. I mean, I imagine he's gonna mine from this as well, but having that shield battery overcharge is going to be so important. Now, of course, we do have this adept that will deny mining for the time being, but Clem's got to drop on in the map, and I'm almost wondering whether, or I'm almost feeling that Nice is just kind of timing out. This is a cool build, but again, with that lack of gas mining, his production is just that much slower that it's really not working out all that well, and we don't have the, we do not, of course, have the Tempest upgrade, so it's not really doing a lot of damage against structures at this point. And now, well, Clemmy's getting aggressive on the map. That drop is going to get into Nice's main base, and we're going to have to see a recall.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else for him to do. He's going to shut down the other base here of Clem that he was trying to land, and he has 2 Tempests now that are going to be picking away. There's not a repair, actually, for Clem, but he's going straight into the main with that drop. There's going to have to be a recall on some amount of units as Zealots are warped in. A recall pulled. The Tempest, of course, could stay to keep poking, but Void Ray's brought back, and Clem, I mean, I actually think that these Marines fight this pretty well, but Medvac gets picked off. As the bunker does go down, actually, in Clem's main. The camera wasn't over there, but the SCVs weren't repairing. Bunker gets killed, and now you have so many Vikings, so many Cyclones, as that's a great force field to keep that Cyclone away. And these Tempests can keep pushing, and they can't really be killed. Oh my god, there's so much damage, though, from the Vikings. From the Cyclone, the 3rd Tempest arrives a little bit too late. The shield battery overcharge, trying its darndest to keep this all alive. Clem has built a very, very large army. Is it going to be enough? I mean, the Vikings coming through here, managing to shut down the Tempest, managing to get the kills onto them. The Stalker warped in, shield battery overcharged, and then the Void Rays are back finally to help clean this up. But the Tempests, they're still alive. They're still getting damage done. Clem, he thought he might be able to kill his opponent there, but he wasn't able to.
Absolutely. Now, of course, having 1 Tempest is a lot worse than having 3. I believe it's 3 Tempests with +1 that are able to insta-give Vikings, are able to insta-give, say, Cyclones, for example. But that's not where we are. It's only 2 Vikings, or excuse me, 2 Tempests for the moment here, so the tanks are going to siege on up on the high ground once again. But again, it's siege units versus siege units. Tempest can absolutely knock these tanks down rather quickly. And with the shield battery overcharge, you know what? Actually, it's looking like Nice has enough here. Clem was looking good, but look at all of these Zealots in the main base. There is just nothing here on the ground for Clem to have to deal with. Now, the SCVs are going to get pulled, of course, to try to repair this. But sure, even if the air army does go down, even the Vikings knocked it off, it's the Zealots that are the problem, and he doesn't get it.
I don't think Clem has enough on the ground. He didn't rebuild any bunkers. He didn't have enough. GG! Nice! With the nicest of builds, gets the win for Alpha X.